9 out of 10 people who struggle with addiction started before they turned 18. So when we're talking about addiction, we are talking about our children. We are talking about children. We are talking about our kids. Maybe they are grown children who just didn't receive the right intervention to help them when they needed it, and their addiction has progressed for years and years and decades. But they are still our children. Addiction starts young. 1 in 7 people at some point in their life will understand addiction themselves. I think Daphne said we had 348 people, 78 people here today. That's a lot of people in this room who have or at some point will understand directly the effects of addiction. Bless you. We have to become a caring, compassionate society when it comes to this, because we are all impacted by it, whether directly or indirectly, whether you know it or not, or whether it's yet to come. Addiction is part of our life, and it is not something that we can continue to hide and bury and turn away from and pretend it doesn't exist, because it does, and it'll continue to get worse until we can give it the proper care and attention that it really requires. This is one of my favorite pictures of my daughter. You can clearly see why. But there's a great quote up there, which I can't read from here. But it talks about how we all know that children need love in order to survive. In order to survive, in order to grow and survive, they need love and they need support as much as they need air in order to live. But at what point do we stop giving that love to our children? At what point do our kids become too old to need that unconditional love? It's never. And I think that's a lot of the issue that we're facing with addiction, whether it happens really young or at any point along the way, is that we, the people struggling and suffering, stop feeling loved. We stop loving ourselves and we stop feeling the love from our community and our family. And then we get further isolated and stigmatized and stereotyped as we fall down that hole into addiction. And the one answer that we need in order to crawl back out is love and support and compassion. So I leave that thought with you today, that being here is an incredible step towards sharing that love and support and that compassion that we all need. But what you do moving forward can make all the difference. It can make all the difference in the lives of one person or many, and you never know who that young person is that needs your love and support at that time. So thank you.